My name is Dr. Brian Edwards, and I have the pleasure of being the chair of the Pharmaceutical Ergonomics and Human Factors Special Interest Group within the Chartered Institute. We're looking at three broad areas which are synergistic with the Healthcare Special Interest Group, who are the authors of the white paper. First of all, human factors in product design, human factors in systems, particularly looking at case studies and making clinical research more attractive. And I'm not really referring to talking to the producers of Love Island either. So what are some of the fundamental problems? Well, first of all, if you ask anybody in this audience what is the system for ensuring optimal use of healthcare products, I would get probably 100 different answers. So no one has a clear view of what the system is, and for instance, the number of multiple regulators and how they all work together, or what is commonly understood by the pharmaceutical industry. It is often talked of in a very simplistic way. So we have been working on setting up the special interest group, and this has been a long journey. The first job was to set up a LinkedIn group called PharmaHuff. So I strongly recommend you sign up. In that, you will find a repository of various articles from around the world, anything to do with human factors and systems to do with the development of healthcare products. There were ongoing discussions with interested parties, which led with me approaching the Chartered Institute in early 2015 with Sarah Charples, and was president. And from that, Brian, that's me, and Colin Knight, stand up Colin. He's in the audience there, so you can come and speak to either me or Colin afterwards. We established a special interest group in November. Core members of the group are often associate members, but we have broader membership from academia, healthcare, industry, from across the system. And I must stress that this is a unique group. No other country anywhere in the world has such a group. So we're very proud of this achievement. And of course, we do have human factors experts have joined the group as well to help with our thinking. And we've got sub-teams looking at training and the promotion of research on the topic of human factors studies, which is increasingly becoming a requirement of the US FDA. And in fact, just this week, they have published guidelines for consultation on the inclusion of human factors analysis in the design of new medicines. ISO 27500, the human-centered organization, is something we're looking at, as well as a better systems-based approach to clinical development. We've been engaging different organizations. An obvious place to start are those that provide pharmaceutical education, such as the University of Hertfordshire, particularly the MSc Pharmacovigilance course. Also, the University of Birmingham, Manchester, involved in the electronic prescribing schemes and its rollout. We want to interact with them. We want to understand what are the challenges. SHOT have been one of our regular supporters, and there's a lot to learn from the way SHOT have approached a systems-based approach to blood products. David Garrett is one of our, again, regular attender to our calls, and he very kindly has introduced us to the Medication Safety Officer Network. And we hope to build even greater collaboration with that group. And last but not least, we are being in communication with HSIB, keeping them informed of progress, looking at their reports. As you have heard, quite often they are tackling some of the challenges of that medical products have produced within the system. This is a very important collaborative group, the Safe Anesthesia Liaison Group, they have done a tremendous amount of work doing their own analysis of when things go wrong for anaesthetists in the use of products. Strongly recommend, if you're not familiar with their website, do have a look at that website and indeed the archive of the way they've looked at events. Very useful. We've been, as I say, supporting research and publications. We've been supporting an MSc. When I say supporting, intellectually supporting. We don't have funds, but we're giving advice and mentoring. It's on antibiotic prescribing guidelines. Why do doctors find it so difficult to follow guidelines. And as you're aware, the whole topic of antibiotic resistance has just been put at the highest status by the United Nations last week. So antibiotic resistance is a terribly important topic, with also an MSc on isotretinoin and teratogenicity. Why does the risk minimization system for this product, which can cause deformed babies, why does it keep failing? And there's a very important MSc which has now been published on that. We also have been we've been coordinating the group to feedback on regulatory guidelines, such as this one here, which was came out last year on human factors studies for these are modified devices. Now, we've also been arranging meetings. Claire Crowley, I think you're in the audience. She and Rosemary Lim arranged a meeting looking at systems-based approach to intravenous insulin. And we're also planning a collaborative meeting on the topic of labelling, speaking to our colleagues in the International Society of Pharmacovigilance, also be in contact with SALG and CIEHF, and to take a systems-based approach to that. We also got a group looking at a system redesign for developing new medicines, particular focus on the advanced therapies such as stem cells and oncology therapies. So if anybody wants to know more about the working of our group, have got any ideas or complaints, please don't hesitate to contact me and Colin, and we'll certainly be here later. And here are our email addresses. Thank you very much.